not doing those types of prototypes means that we're kind of cutting down on the number of iterations or the space that we can think of an idea, right? Like, I know for me, if I go to write something and it's like, okay, well, I know this is going to go to production, and I spend a bunch of time having to write tests to like make sure this small part of it works, kind of kills my creativity at the end of the day. I'm kind of like, man, I gotta think about all of this stuff, and it kind of knocks me into a different stream of thought than the stream of thought I was using when I was prototyping this, this feature, was kind of figuring out how to put this thing together. So that to me seems like one of the failures we've had as an industry, is that we don't encourage people to prototype always. And I think that the reason we don't do it is because I think on one level we kind of like hold prototyping up on this like pedestal, and it's like this fun thing that you get to do. It's like it's what you do when you go play with new technologies. It's not something you do when you're just going to implement some boring business feature. I think it's that mixed with a little bit of hubris too. It's like, well, this thing is so simple. Of course, we can just write it correct the first time. Like, there is so few lines of code that I've written right the first time that I've actually came back a week later and been like, no, that was the right thing. Actually, I don't think I've ever written code where it's like I wrote it once and that was it, and then I came back and looked at it and didn't think it was like just no. Like every time it's like no, this could be so much better. And I think that's like a practice that maybe we should start introducing into our way we do things, of just ease the business into it, obviously, but be like, no, we have to actually like write the code rough and dirty first, get all the little like the small high level parts correct, and then we'll go and productionize the code. Then we'll go and add all the testing and the monitoring and all of the logging and all of this other stuff that has to go around it to make it spick and span, and obviously documentation too. The amount of code I see in prod that doesn't have a line of documentation, or they add like the function name or the type name and then ... to get around the linter, or whatever thing they can do to not have to write. And it's like, I think that part of that is because we don't sit down and we're not like, oh no, we have to like actually prototype this first, and then there's this other series of steps we take to make it productionized.